Greetings and salutations, folks, and welcome back to Martian Memorandum, where last time the man who hired us to find his daughter was killed. Job's still good. Lawyers apparently still want to find her, so the money's still in it, so that's always a plus, even though I suppose Marshall Alexander is now dead. But let's go pay a visit to Rick Logan. That would be, Alexis Alexander's boyfriend, I think? Hiding out in the jungle for some reason? Hold on. I think something's... Let's, try that again. I think one of my, mouse buttons is acting a little bit screwy and is clicking for me. There we go. The coordinates I've got to Rick Logan's hideaway are vague at best. I can see nothing from the air, so I set my speeder down as close to the coordinates as possible, and climb out and take a look around. The Central American jungle is an oppressive, hot, steaming mass of green vegetation. I find my way to a narrow pathway that leads through a swarm of tall trees and thick undergrowth. It's the only pathway around, so it's the best bet I've got. This kind of reminds me of Lost, the game, in which you're on the beach, the beginning of the game, where with the plane crash and everything, and you're like, hey, I want to go into the jungle of the island to find the cockpit of the plane, because my camera's there. But Jack is blocking the only way into the jungle. There's miles of beach in every direction, but there's only one path into the jungle from the beach, and it is being blocked. Obviously, Rick Logan has a few tricks up his sleeve. A tremendous weight hits your head, you mumble, watch out for that tree, and die. And then it sends you way back to the beginning of the game. So let's load. Travel to Rick Logan's. And then save our game while we're there. Because apparently this place is dangerous. So I will call this F5-2 Rick. That will make perfect sense if I ever need to return to it. Your traps will not catch me, Rick Logan. Oh, hold on. Is that another one? Are there multiple? Slowly sinking in the slimy ooze, you think of several Jell-O wrestling matches you've attended. But no more. Okay, that was fast. Avoid the falling logs and the ooze. Can I pick this up, actually? You heft the log. I asked that because I could probably just put the log into the ooze. I cannot. A large pool of treacherous quicksand lies in your path. What can I use? Boots! That also does not seem to work. Am I just clicking on the wrong spot? Or how about this? Can I click go to stone? The stone quickly sinks under your weight, and you no longer can go to Jell-O wrestling matches. Okay. So I can get the log. Can I get the stone? And then with the stone out of the way, does that allow me to put the log? Or have I been placing the log on the stone all this time? Okay, so this is actually dumber than I expected. You are supposed to succeed by trial and error. You jump to this stone. Actually, can you do this out of order? And then hopefully you don't screw up, because otherwise that is a lot of having to return to the beginning of the game and then saving the game again and then having to return to the beginning of the game. Okay. Not really much of a puzzle, I would say. Just kind of like a test of patience. But I'm going to save my game nonetheless in EP 5-3. Okay, because I don't want to have to do that again. And it's a good thing I picked up the log while I was on the other side, because otherwise I would be relatively screwed. I would have to go all the way back. The path suddenly gives way and you feel many stakes tear through your flesh. How do you like your steak? Oh my gosh. This is just a... This is just a long hallway of death. Okay, so how... How would I have seen that coming? A pit over 6 feet deep has been laboriously dug in the jungle clay. You know, it might help if if text wasn't so far on one side of the screen. Can I? So let's try using the log again. You pitch the log across the pit, making an ideal bridge. Fantastic. The ground looks very suspicious. It looks like something has been buried here. Hopefully not a trap. I can't move it. I can't open it. I can't take the mound. I can't stop on the mound with my feet. Alright, let us carry on into this hut. Go to hut. Standard wooden cabinet from Builder's Mart. It is a snake. It has killed me. Wow, that is a facial expression. The snake sinks its fangs into your leg. The poison works quickly. The snake then swallows you whole. Oof. How many times have I died in this episode? Also, I'm collecting too many different, save files. So let us... open... And... Up. Yeah! Take that, snake. Also, I'm gonna save my game. I'm just gonna save to, Alexis from now on. Message reads, Dear Rick, if you are still looking for a ride to Mars, meet us at the smuggler's base near the pyramid. The coordinates are 123.45 north, 56.6 east. Huh. You don't need it. Just look at it. Just look at the message. You don't need to take the message with you. In mean streets, you could look at things and take the message. Black cast iron door on worn hinges. And there's nothing in there. A makeshift table crudely constructed of plywood and shipping tubes. Rick Logan's only true friend, his pet iguana, Skanky. Oh, that's the name. So, snake. Oh, that'd be good to know. Lizard, screen, shovel, stuff, chest. Oh, there's a dead man in this room. No, Skanky has left me. A purple chest. It once belonged to a famous Martian explorer, Neil Galloway. The chest is locked. Oh, there's a shovel, though. Which I would use to dig that mound. Screen doesn't open. A blue and white privacy screen partially hides the bathtub. The screen slides to the side. Oh no, is this Rick Logan having killed himself? Rick Logan's body hangs. Eyes bulging, tongue protruding with a look of unspeakable surprise on his face. He's as stiff as a straight Scotch. That's the voice of empathy. The large open window catches the richly scented cool jungle breeze and provides a fabulous view of rare tropical rainforests. A heavily mildewed porcelain clawfoot tub circa 1935. Oh, there's a key. You carefully remove the key from the dead man's neck. I was trying to move him. The dead man doesn't open. Okay, so let us use the key on... I have a keys and key. It's a good thing there's nothing designating the difference. Chest contains some ancient archaeological artifacts, a Mars bar, and a handwritten note that reads, "Potential buyers of the Oracle Stone." 3 names are listed: Big Dick Castro, Deacon Hawk, and Lowell Percival. I cannot take this stuff with me. Although, supposedly there's film around here. And I can't seem to see it. Oh, because there's no film in here. I must be... I saw the film as in the inventory, and forgot I was looking at my own inventory, and not the help screen.
What's up?
Let's find out about these new people. What were they? Collier Stanton?
I'll transmit the information.
Head of Stanton. Nope, we already knew about him. I think.
I'll transmit the information.
Believed to order the execution. Yeah. Lawrence Barkley. Oh, yeah. Dick Castro. Deacon Hawk. And Lowell Percival.
I'll transmit the information.
Runs several large silicone mining facilities on Mars. Alright.
See you later.
And now that I have a shovel... F6... I can now head back here and use the shovel on the mound. The shovel easily digs into the earth, almost as if the tool was made for said purpose. A small rusting metal box lies in the hole. You pry open the rusty old box. The box contains miscellaneous worthless items and an ad torn from a Martian newspaper. The ad is from the Martian Aerobics Academy. The instructor is Jane Mansfield. Let us ask about
What's up?
Jane Mansfield. There's no information. Okay.
See you later.
You'll have to find the entrance to the path before you can travel, which means having to go through the rock puzzle again. I'm going to save and just skip over the rock puzzle. Alright. Now that we have survived this murder hole that is Rick Logan's hideout, perhaps the smuggler's base will be safer? I mean, probably not, but... The location of the pyramid is near Logan's hut. I walk up the jungle pathway, which gradually works its way up to the top of a hill. I hear the sound of scurrying iguanas. I approach one too closely, and he stands up on his back legs, hisses, and runs away, as iguanas are known to do. As I turn to watch it, I see the pyramid through the trees for the first time, standing over 300 feet from the apex to the valley floor. The pyramid-shaped structure is enormous. I move off the main path and creep through the vegetation to avoid being seen. As I approach this structure, I stay hidden behind an ancient Mayan wall. I can see guards and personnel moving from inside the temple to a huge craft getting ready for takeoff. Getting on the spacecraft is my goal, but it looks unattainable. Is that my goal? I was not expecting that I would be going into space. Especially since, well, I guess there are some clues leading my way to there. Specifically, little Percival, who apparently works there. It's a smooth, flat stone, similar to the ones that you skipped across Lake Medina as a boy. Okay. A belligerent hombre with a loaded semi-automatic weapon. Can I shoot him with a gun? I'm not going to pay him with cash. I'm going to shoot him with a gun. That does not seem to work. A stack of ironwood roller logs. A rare and priceless ancient piece of Mayan pottery is used as a common water jug by these repulsive bandits. A 20-year-old C-770 interplanetary cargo shuttle sits with the engine warming. Yeah, you just gotta... We got a space shuttle around the back. Just let the engine run for a couple minutes before you take her off into space. You don't want to just start up the spaceship and then just take off. You gotta let the engine idle a little bit. Several large stones have been removed from the side of the pyramid, exposing its cavernous interior. The entrance resembles a loading dock. The Leviathan Mayan pyramid rises 300 feet above the jungle floor. Maybe use stone on water jug? The rock hits its mark. The large logs crash together, rolling onto the clay water pot, making a horrific crash. Sneak, sneak. You'll never stop me. I'm too sneaky. Don't listen to my super loud footsteps. I'm also going to save my game there. A large oxygen tank. Various shipping modules with uranium samples. Why would anyone be in possession of contraband that would result in the death penalty? And somebody spots me and fires his weapon, and I'm dead. There are a lot of ways to die in this game. Alright. Do we just not have that much time? A number of craft cheese and cracker treats. And I'm dead. Okay, so apparently I'm supposed to hide behind this fridge. Even though, like, I never actually saw this guy walk in. A Kevlar transport shipping module. Alright. So now that that is done, let's... Good plan, you'll need something to eat on your journey. And remote control. Okay. Fridge pops open. I'm guessing if I didn't have the food, I would die again. Inside the shipping crate, looks like an excellent place to hide, but it turns out to be more than that. Almost immediately, the smugglers carry the crate inside the waiting spacecraft. The flight to Mars is relatively uneventful, since I'm locked inside the cargo hold of the ship for several weeks. Oof. At least I've got some time to put my thoughts together. I followed a string of bodies to Central America. All I know is that my client is dead, and Alexis Alexander is probably somewhere on Mars. What exactly implied that she'd be on Mars? Rick Logan stole something called the Oracle Stone from Martian Alexander. When I found Logan, he was dead, and there was no sign of the rock. Alexander wanted the stone as much as he wanted his daughter. Not in that way, you sickos. Why was the world's richest man desperately trying to retrieve the Oracle Stone? Alright, and we're on Mars. Which looks very Martian. Truly, you know you're on Mars when you're outside Big Dick's Casino and Martian Gulch. The Martian Gulch was the first casino in Sin City. It had the friendliest girls, and they didn't water their liquor. They ran a fair table, but Big Dick squeezed them out of the business with his $99.99 fun pack. 2 fun girls, $1,000 in fun money, leather restraints, and a room with a video camera. What do you do with the fun money? Okay. Stack of stinky garbage awaiting pickup by the Martian Mafia. And a guy who's just lying next to it. By the Martian Mafia? The most corrupt, evil, infamous, reprehensible, detrimental, pestilential, petulant, depraved, promiscuous, vice-filled, debauched place on the planet to have a really nice time. Okay. It seems I don't have much of a choice. Oh, there's also an alley. The proverbial dark alley. Writing board, doorway, crate, pipe, flashlight, rag. You look through the smelly garbage and realize people eat too much fatty food. This is very true. A warped board made of compressed sawdust. Now there's a useful item. but not for you. A trash can overflowing with garbage. You see your horoscope in a wadded newspaper. It reads, "Today is not a good day to tell secrets, especially to men with large conical heads. Also, try to avoid extremely violent psychopaths with large conical heads, unless, of course, you don't care to live any longer." That's very specific. That is a rag. I cannot take that. Maybe Arnold could do it, but you can't. Though it appears they should move easily enough, they do not budge. There's nothing in the crates. So, supposedly there's a pipe, a flashlight, a piece of support bracing. It appears to be locked. Okay. Alright, I suppose that seems that I'm limited in my options, and next, it looks like I'm gonna have to go to Big Dick's Casino. Oh, hold on. It looks like I didn't bother moving the board, which is hiding the writing. You look behind the board and see the word bombshell written on the wall. And I didn't bother moving the rag, which is covering the flashlight. A broken flashlight lies on the ground. It has several AAA batteries in top shape. So am I using the flashlight for its source of AAA batteries? Alright. Let's save our game. And take a look at what's going on in Big Dick's Casino. You try the door and find it locked. A small door slides open and two beady eyes stare at you. A gruff voice asks, "What's the password?" You remember the word you saw written behind the board in the alley. You blurt out bombshell. The little door slams shut and the big door swings open. Alright. The stairs lead up to the private apartments that are staffed 24 hours a day by attractive hostesses. 24 hours a day. One of the cards in the Big Dick trading card series, and the card has Big Dick's photo and his latest financial statistics. Alright. I think I'm gonna stop for the day over here. This game has a lot of twists and turns, possibly more twists and turns than it really needs, but I guess it somehow has to propel Tex from Earth to Mars. For some reason. I don't necessarily buy Tex's assumption that Alexis is on Mars. Like, I haven't really seen any evidence that she is specifically on Mars, as much as there's evidence that some of the people that she had previously associated with have led to Mars. Like, Tex is doing a better job chasing after the Oracle Stone than necessarily chasing after Alexis. Which I guess still means that he's pursuing the mystery. But he's kind of forgotten Alexis in that process. In the meantime, next episode of Martian Memorandum goes on tomorrow. Then we got Red Dead 2 Mondays and Tuesdays. Max Payne 3 will be continuing Wednesday and Thursday. And Indivisible still's got a little bit of life left in it just yet for Friday. In the meantime, so long, folks, and have a good night.